Oh shit. Here we go again.
Hello and welcome out to this week's episode of the Gamers Council. I'm your host, WEBDAVE. Man, I've got a mega panel tonight. As you can tell, I pulled in the big guns. I'm here to tell you, it's pretty awesome. We have Demoflow, we got the MAGG, we have Forte, and man, it is going to be a great show. Let's start in the corner. Forte, welcome, sir. How are you doing today? Oh, muted. Ha, I do the same thing too.
That's a great way to start the show.
It is.
No, man, great to be here. Fresh off of an ILP stream from earlier today, and now I'm here with you. So I got a chance to hang out with the whole community, it feels like, today, which is always a great thing. So shout out to Demoflow, Web. You always have a great show. MAGG, I ain't seen MAGG in a while. All I see is MAGG. It's when he's, hanging out with his best friend, Colt, every Monday, which is
Colt pays me. We're not friends, just so everybody knows. Yes.
Okay. I was wondering like why you were so close, but no, it's great to be here, and can't wait to have the discussion with you guys.
Wait, so Colt's got MAGG on the show money?
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's
yeah.
Have him.
I mean, I had to pay up, I know, but
it's holding my family hostage as well. Yeah.
There you go, buddy. Welcome, sir. How are you doing?
Yes, I am doing fantastic. It's a Sunday night. We got things going on. I already see the chat starting to move there. A lot of people saying hello, Masshole. I see in there. Danny Passion, Noisy Mofo, all the usual suspects are in the chat tonight. So we got some things to talk about. We got a great show, and let's get into it, man.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to have you guys here. Demoflow, your second time back, buddy. Thank you so much for heeding the call and jumping on with us tonight, man. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah. You already know, man. Anytime I'm willing to go anywhere. Just having a great time, man. Enjoying my gaming and talking gamings with you guys. Such a great panel, and you such a great and respected member of the community. So I can't wait to drop my bars and get into this topic. Just have a great time, man. It's a beautiful Sunday, so let's get it.
Well, thank you. And your check's in the mail. I mean, what? Oh, sorry. I do have a little bit of a dry cough tonight, guys. So sorry about that. Some people, I know it's a little early yet, and some people are like, yes, I already mentioned it in the chat. Big shout out to my co-host, Hargeet Chani. It's been a rough week for him. We love him dearly. He's not only a friend, but he's a big part of the community that makes it all work. And so in case you didn't know, or anybody didn't know, or listen to this later, Hargeet's father passed away yesterday. And so he's dealing with the family, dealing with all that kind of stuff. And it'll be a couple of weeks. And he said he might, be back on when he's ready, which is obviously he can take all the time he needs. Been there, done that just a few years ago for me. So it's part of life. But just so that everybody knows that he is going to be out in our prayers and everything to get through this tough time. Sometimes life does suck, but life does go on. And that's there we go. All right. So if anybody wants to, you definitely, if you say anything in the chat, hey, welcome Fonz. Big shout out to Shaun Fonz. It's good seeing you here, buddy. Also big shout out to Hargeet as well. Yeah. So yeah, if you make comments in the chat, if you watches the replay, all this stuff's saved for the replay. So he will be able to see that as well. So definitely do that if you want to. So guys, man, I know it's kind of doom and gloom to start off the show with, but I guess I want to jump into the first topic, and it may probably be something we should go a little later with, but I just want to jump right into it because I've heard this a lot, and I haven't done a lot of research on it because I want to get you guys what your feelings are, what your thoughts are about this. It was in my thumbnail that everybody saw. And it seems to be either a trigger or a compliment or a or it's really the true state of gaming and people aren't just accepting it. I don't know, but Xbox better. I've heard that a lot. It's a hashtag. If you do a search for hashtags, you see it everywhere. It's so much links and stuff pop up. But I'm gonna start off. Which one? Well, which one of you guys want to start on this? Anybody got some feelings about this? They want to kick in to start, or about the Xbox better?
Xbox spotter.
Spotter,
Everybody,
yeah.
everybody been saying that, man. And look, a lot of people make it seem like Xbox is better, undeniable. But it's just a great machine and a great ecosystem at the moment. And so it is everything. Gaming in general is popping right now. Let's keep it real. It's not only Xbox, it's everything. Everything coming together, right? All these studios dropping games. We are, sort of happy with Xbox because they opening the year with, with like an amazing show, and now they drop Avowed right away, first month of the year. They drop also Shadow Drop, Ninja Gaiden, the remaster, 2 Black. And now Avowed, he's definitely a good game, and he's hitting. A lot of people are playing it. He's being talked about. And then not only that, in March we got now South of Midnight, and then there's Doom and all these Game Pass drops. So people are starting to notice now that the Xbox plan is already in motion and the ball is already rolling. So there's no stopping this. And look, people might say they losing their exclusives, this and that, but real gamers know that we're getting a good deal in these games. More gamers are playing. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're having a great time. So, yeah, that's what we're saying. Xbox is better, but it's all good, man. It's all love. At the end of the day, it's all about video games and, including more people in gaming, which I believe like that's the way to go. In my opinion, Xbox is doing a beautiful job, breaking down these barriers that they've been put in there by these companies that are being extremely greedy just because they want to sell some plastic or whatever. And look, I understand. And I know why these companies, they make these decisions, but it's not good ultimately for gamers, because at the end of the day, I got boys that play on PlayStation. I got boys, my friends that play on, Nintendo, or they even play, some of them, they even play on cloud already. There's people already who transition completely to cloud. And they're like, I'm just playing on the cloud. I don't need to download it no more. My internet's good. I've encountered people like that, plenty. So, I mean, that's why people are saying that Xbox is better. But as a console and hardware seller, yeah, definitely not better. PlayStation is taking all the cake in there. They selling the most consoles. So there's that. But, at the end of the day, what we play is games, not console. So that's where, the Xbox border comes into play. But yeah, console war aside, I think that, what Xbox is doing with gaming is beautiful. And I think everybody should follow. Sony PlayStation should stop, already, fighting and swimming against the current like they are doing. And, put your games on PC, bro. Look at Helldivers. Look at the success that Helldivers have had because of PC, right? So, I usually compare this to being a content creator like us, right? So we put our content on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, right? And one of those, right, got a hit, right? For example, Instagram, my Instagram is dead as fuck, dead as hell. You know what I'm saying? No one cares because Instagram is all about booty. Everybody knows. But on Twitter,
we have no idea what you're talking about.
Booty.
No idea what you're talking about. I don't go to Instagram at all to look at that stuff.
Whatever.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you should keep your options open. And when you're selling games and product, include more people. That'll bring gamers, together instead of dividing us. So that's my take, and that's how I feel. So, it's on my bars, bro.
That's good. That's good. And I like it too, because it's like I said, it's this is not a toxic channel, by any means. One of my, I don't know, and I'll admit, and I'll admit it to everybody here, my favorite show probably is going to be is We Bleed Green, and I love that. Dirk Griggity and Shaun and Joey, I love it. But they have a humorous take to it, which some people don't get that, and that's but to me, I think it's funny. But that's just, of course, and like all the shows that you guys are on too. Sorry. It's like, oh, really? My show's not your favorite. Look at the MAGG. So speaking of the MAGG,
Yes.
let's get your take on this, man. What do you think about Xbox better? I mean, does it slap you in the face, or does it just mean just nothing? It's just fodder and talk.
The way I look at it, and I'm going to actually piggyback up what a demo was saying there.
Mhm.
I think it should be called gaming better. And what's happening right now is that gaming across the board. I know the Switch has slowed down a little bit because the Switch 2 is coming. We all know that. By the way, I got some news that there's a possibility it may drop as early as June of this year after the reveal in April. So they're going to be the April reveal where they do the proper trailer and everything else, and it may start selling in June. I did hear it from one distributor. So we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. Forte, get your pre-orders ready. I'm sure he's already he's already
got
ready.
mine paid for. Just wait
That's
for
right.
the date.
He's getting it. He's getting it there. Yeah, so it may be as early as June. I just heard that this morning from somebody. Anyways, the thing is gaming better. Xbox is having a great time right now. They're releasing. They're doing exactly what I've been saying that they needed to be doing this whole generation, which was more miss than hit for the first couple of years. But what's happening is those studios that they've lined up and everything else are starting to release in a steady cadence the games that we've all been waiting for literally years, right? So now you've got them. And the thing is, and I talked about this with Colt a lot on XNC, and I said, what they need to do is not just release the games, they have to build on each other on a solid foundation, right? And you started with Call of Duty, did great, right? Call of Duty, that was your first foundation. Then you got Indiana Jones, did incredibly well. And you've got Avowed now doing well for a lot of people that I know are playing it are saying, hey, you know what? And even, it's funny. And I saw some naysayers out there, whatever else. Once they turn the game on and play it, they're like, you know what? This is actually a pretty damn good game, and they're really enjoying it too. So the people who are sort of on the fence about it are sort of leaning towards it. I have not started it yet. I have other things on the go because I'm reviewing South of Midnight officially, so I'll be dealing with that separately. Now, that being said, on top of that, you've got Xbox doing what they're doing for the Xbox community. Then you've got Project Latitude, which they're going to start pumping out those games onto the third party, as a third-party publisher, making tons of money for themselves. And what does that do? I know that doesn't affect you and I or anybody else, how much money they make, but what it does affect is that the amount of money that they keep bringing in, it keeps the machine going so that they can continue to fund good AAA games. And that's all that should matter to us. We are consumers. So at the end of the day, the money coming in, it's not a money war or a publisher war or whatever the hell people are yelling about on Twitter. It should all be about if they're making making a great amount of money on this, especially like in their first party on PC, and then of course with Project Latitude, they're going to do fantastic. Then that funds the studios to build more games for us to play, so we benefit as consumers, right? Then you've got PlayStation. PlayStation just had an absolute banger of a quarter. The last quarter, is anybody who saw those numbers there, 9 million consoles in that quarter, whatever else, made a ton of money, whatever. So their ecosystem is incredibly healthy. Xbox is doing great. And maybe not selling on the hardware side, but that they're focusing not even on the Game Pass side anymore. Now they're focusing on the engagement, right? Which is something we all saw a long time ago. And then now you're going to have a big boost when Switch 2 drops, and presumably June, and then all of a sudden that's going to send consoles selling in the tens of millions, right off the bat. Pretty much I could expect about 25 to 30 million within the first year. That's my guess, because of the way that, maybe not that high, let's say 15 to 20. But it's going to have a big boost in the economy as well for the gaming industry. So the way I'm looking at this is that this is gaming better for everybody, and everybody is supporting it. And that's the other thing. I talked about it last week about this, people like console warring and fighting and this and that or whatever else. And I'm like, guys, don't you guys realize what they're doing? Do you realize that, like, for example, PlayStation is making billions of dollars because Xbox is releasing their game? Not the only reason, but one of the reasons is they're releasing their games over there, and there's a mutual financial benefit to this happening. And as a result of that, they're literally all walking to the bank, cashing in billions of dollars and laughing while people are fighting and throwing pizza rolls at each other online about how ridiculous. Like, you realize how stupid that is? They're making so much money with each other that it doesn't really make a difference, and it's wonderful. And you know why? And it's great for us because we are consumers. It doesn't matter where you consume, Xbox, Game Pass, PC, PlayStation, wherever. It shouldn't matter. What should matter is that we're all having a great time, and all companies are doing well and healthy because you need them to be, because there has to be some semblance of competition, and at the same time, that benefits us because competition breeds excellence. That brings us, the consumers, better games. So how you choose to consume it is entirely up to you. And I don't think that anybody should like for example, like Doom. I'm going to be playing Doom on Xbox, but I'm also getting it on PlayStation so my wife can play it because we game share on PlayStation. She doesn't have an Xbox, so she's a pony. So just so everybody knows. So anyways, I'm buying Doom as well. Are people going to crucify me for playing Doom on PlayStation? No, it shouldn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you think Phil cares? Look at last week. Look at that interview he did last week. What did he say? He said exactly what I've been saying for a year and a half. He said, well, if you don't buy it on Xbox, I collect 70%. Remember, he said that word for word. I collect 70%. That's a huge amount of money that they're going to be taking in as a publisher fee, and they're going to make a ton of money, and that's fine. And if you want to consume on Xbox, go right ahead. If you want to consume on PC, go right ahead. So that, to me, overall, this is gaming better for everybody. And Xbox is doing certainly much better, and they will continue to do so as they release the games. The number one thing that they need to focus on, and this is the only thing they should focus on because they have a steady cadence of games coming, quality is number one. The best thing that they did, by the way, and I'm going to say this really saved their asses, is when they did the 60 FPS mode for Avowed. Because you remember like 7 months ago, they're like, no, we're not doing it. It's going to be 30. That's our vision, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, we're putting in performance modes on the Series X, the PC, whatever else. Fantastic. And that's what they need to continue to do moving forward, is have a steady cadence of quality software, and that will keep them going. And then, like I said, Xbox is not going away. PlayStation is going to benefit from it. Everybody's going to, and a lot of those games, not a lot of them, but a certain amount of those games are going to Switch too. I have a list of them of the games that are being published for Switch too. And Call of Duty is going to be one of them, by the way. That's going to be interesting. It's been a long time since we saw Call of Duty on the Switch. Yeah. So anyway, that being the case, it's gaming better for everybody, and we, the consumers, are in a great place. And I really don't buy into how people are talking about the industry's dying, consoles are dead, this one's dead, that's dead. Like, it's not. It's really not. It's just, it's thriving, and it's doing incredibly well, and it will continue to do well. And I'm happy because as a consumer, I get all these great products. So either way, Xbox better, PlayStation better, Switch better, gaming better. That's all I got to say.
Okay. All right. Forte, right before I get to you, I do want to read a super chat real quick. I got this early on from Adidas 20. Out with the daughter. Salute to the panel and chat. Adidas 20. I know you'll be watching the replay later, and thank you, sir. We appreciate you and appreciate your loyalty to the community. You're awesome. And of course, there's always a few comments. There's from Fonz. PC better.
Fonz, knock it off.
PC the best. Oh goodness, it's goodness. That's all right. That's right. So Forte, what are your you've heard what these guys have to say? What is your opinion about this?
Man, I should have went before Fonz. I mean, I should have went before MAGG.
Sorry,
but no, you're good. But no, that's kind of how I felt about it in general. The thing is, it's ebbs and flows to this. There's going to be moments where PlayStation is better, Xbox is better. I think right now it's just the fact that Xbox is doing so well. We talked about this back in 2020 when they started purchasing all these studios. The biggest thing was you really were going to see the fruits of the labor of those purchases for a while because they had just released games around that same time. So we're finally getting the chance to see what all of the effort and development is coming when it comes to all of these games. And we only know the first half of this year. We don't even know what's going on after that. So right now, like you said, Indiana Jones, Avowed is out, coming out. Avowed is out now. Possibly other games coming later on the year. You got games like Forza Horizon 5 going over to PlayStation later this year. Indiana Jones getting ready to launch over there. It's just Xbox has done a great job of keeping their name relevant, even when they're not selling consoles right now. And I think that's kind of what the hang up for a lot of people are around the Xbox is better. Like, how could they be better? They're not selling the platform. Well, I mean, the platform is the games that they release, and it should always be about the games in the end result, because right now Xbox is literally helping PlayStation stay afloat when it comes to like revenue, because that's where a lot of the games are coming from now.
Yep.
So there's nothing wrong with that, saying that Xbox is doing great, because guess what? A couple years ago, PlayStation was doing amazing and they were better. So Right now it's just time for the fans of Xbox to just, rally around it and say, this is what we kind of wanted the whole time from Xbox, and we're finally starting to get it. It's not that they weren't trying to give it to in the past. It was just the fact that things didn't line up, when it came to release schedules, cadence, and everything. And now we all knew that this was going to be something that was going to happen at some point. We just wanted to know what the state of Xbox was going to be in when they finally did it. And guess what? People just want to play games. They don't listen. If I could play a game on my PC, on a PlayStation, an Xbox, shout out to Attic. I was telling him, when we were on IOP earlier, it was like, listen, man, if Fable is on the PlayStation 5 Pro and it runs great over there, guess what? Does that really hurt Xbox? Xbox is still giving you the game wherever you want, and it's still able to be played however you want. You could play anything you want. So I just feel like gaming is better when everybody's winning. And right now, Xbox is winning because they're putting their games in other places. You still get the ability to play your games how you want to play them through Game Pass, cloud services, anything like that. Nintendo, like you said, the system's coming out middle of this year at some point, and the fever pitch on that is super high. So right now, I just think that Xbox is doing a great job in the direction that they want to go in, and I'm just super excited to see what the second half of the year kind of lines up for them, because it looks like it's going to be crazy compared to what we already know from the things that I heard on the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree 100% on that. It is definitely, it's a good time to be a gamer. Pong Soul said it best. This is the golden age of gaming, and it just keeps getting better and better. It really does.
Isn't it remarkable how many more people are complaining about it? Or is it just we have more exposure? I guess because of the online community, we have more exposure as to what people are saying. But it seems that there's more complainers than ever. And it seems like, yes, we are in such a wonderful spot here where we're getting this funnel of great quality games in there.
And I'll say this. I think that some of it, look, I'm a big fan of Xbox. I love the ecosystem. That is my platform of choice. And yes, I do play on PC occasionally, but I prefer playing on a console. That's just me. Nothing. I have a Switch. I'll have a new Switch when it comes out.
Yes,
in fact, I'll talk to Forte later about what the trading value is. I'm just kidding. And I have a PlayStation 5. But it's just a matter of I think over the past couple of years and beyond. I think all of us can admit that Xbox didn't quite get the amount of games out that they wanted. They were kind of chasing the dragon behind the 8 ball, whatever you want to say. They weren't right. I believed in them. I believe in the ecosystem, and I think the ABK deal. Some people are saying it shouldn't have done it. I think it's probably the best thing for them, because now they're going to be a powerhouse publisher, which is going to put them in a better position to make more money than ever before. And for whatever reason, it just so happened that Sony has made some bad decisions. I think that Jim Ryan, chasing the money with the gas games was a mistake, and they're paying for it. And they're cleaning house. They're getting rid of a lot of old guard. They canceled 8 games, and so I mean, there's a reason why Sony is on the back foot, as it were. And console sales alone don't make it a better thing for them. No matter, even if they are making money off consoles, they're not making that much money on consoles. Right. I mean, we're talking like $5 maybe per console.
1%.
So it's next to nothing. So that's not, you make money with add-on sales. I remember being a GameStop manager when the Switch came out, and when you had literally the Switch was, of course, in such high demand that it was, it was hard to get a Switch. But then when Zelda came out, when the sell-through rate on Zelda was more copies of the game were sold than systems out in the wild for the Switch, simply because people knew that they were going to get a Switch and they want to have that game as soon as they got it. So, and that was like crazy to think about at the time. But it's software is really where it is at, and I think Microsoft has got themselves in a good position to continue to grow and to keep going. I just so the whole slogan Xbox better. I do think it's a lot of console warring and whatever and rubbing in the face and for a lot of for Xbox people, a lot of people in the chat even you would say that it's yes, Fonz, used to be a GameStop manager many years ago in a mall. For 12 years I was a GameStop manager. I'm so glad I don't do that anymore. Sorry, Forte. I know you did, but man,
no, you're good.
Well, I'll tell you that I can't tell you how much I loved being a banker for a while. When you're like, all these holidays I get paid and I get off. I don't have to work Black Friday. What?
Nope.
Anyway,
that's how
crazy.
The beauty part of it.
Yeah, exactly. I remember the Black Friday's working 68 hours a week easily. A 22-hour shift having to work. Nightmare. Anyway, got a couple super chats and we'll read these real quick. So we had KY Bob, $5 super chat says, with Spencer's comments lately in mind, as soon as Xbox has the I guess unfiltered. Unified. Oh wow, I can't even read today. Unified dashboard across all the devices. Oh, dude, it's been a long day. They are more platforms than console. Then I guess, but that's kind of true. That's kind of true. And yes, anyway, so that's why Hargeet usually reads these things, people. All right, so and thank you, Music72, for becoming a member. It gives you access to all the emojis and stuff in the chat. You can burn those up, and it's literally only $1 to become a member. So, and then we have another one from Deadmanix 96, $5 super chat. There's multiple aspects or inputs to the equation that measures success. It's not just A equals success. It's A plus B plus C equals success. And I definitely would agree to that. There's a lot of elements to it. And to me, the biggest thing is Game Pass is a game changer. It really is. I mean, all these great games coming to Game Pass, like they were saying earlier, was it like in like a couple of weeks we got the new game coming, Adam Fall, I think, is coming, and so there's so many more great games coming that we know first party or deals they worked out. So it's pretty amazing. Let's see, Gamer by Choice, $2 console sales equal potential software sales plus success. Yes, equals success. You're right. That's for sure.
That's what I was trying to talk about when I talk to people in the industry, whether it's on the Hollywood side or on the gaming side of things. It's not about console sales. It's not about any of that stuff. It's not even about Game Pass. It's about getting people into the ecosystem so that you have access to the store, because that's where they make all their money. So like when PlayStation, they're not focusing on selling the hardware to make $5. They're focusing on that so that the next time you buy something, you're already in the store, right? Their store is available. Same thing with Game Pass. Game Pass is to attract you into the ecosystem so that you get into the store. So the next time you buy a Fortnite skin, you're buying it there because you're there, or whatever. You're going to buy a DLC or whatever you're going to be doing. Same thing with Amazon. Amazon doesn't give a crap about how well Reacher Season 3 does. They don't. All they want is that they bring that stuff over there. It's negligible to them. They bring that stuff over there, and you're subscribed to it. Why you subscribe to it? They care about the store. And so while you're sitting there watching, Reacher Season 3, and you got a hole in your sock, you're going to go to Amazon to buy a new pair of socks, right, McFig? So you know what I mean? So you're going to be doing that, and you buy. That's what they want. They want you to have access to the store, and so that's what this all boils down to. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's like, oh, it's just for touting numbers, or it's to brag about this. No, it's not. It's to get you in the store, because the majority of the money that they make is off the software, DLC, skins. Look at the new skin in Call of Duty. I just did a rant video about it, charging almost $100 if you want to buy all 4 Ninja Turtles for Call of Duty, right? Not everybody's going to do that. You're going to have whales out there who will do that, but yeah, Fawn's knocking off. And so the thing is that that's where they get their money from. You start adding that up. Fortnite skins, a new season just came out. People start buying that. Microsoft gets a cut of that, or Sony gets a cut of that, wherever store you're in. And that's all they care about, getting you into that store. So yes, he's right.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, so I mean, like I said, there's a lot of different sides to it. We're 30 minutes in. We have over 220 people here listening to us live. Thank you so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate you. Over almost 190 on YouTube and over 30 on X and 1 on Twitter. There you go. Big Twitter following, by the way. I love that. Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I still got to set up another account. Oh, okay. We got another super chat. As long as everybody's nice tonight, please behave. We have guests.
They're not.
They're not. Well, Fonz is here. He'll keep them straight, right?
Yeah. And by the way, gaming adaptation. There. He says I'm the token white guy. I'm not even white. I'm Italian. I'm olive. Man. Get it right. Sorry. Carry on.
That's all right. That's all right.
No, him and I have fun on XNC. So
yeah, of course. BT Maverick 707 $10 super chat. Let's not forget Sony has been third party as well in their own way, putting games out day and date like Helldivers 2 and upcoming single player games like Lost Souls Aside, published by PlayStation first party. Very true. That is very true, including was it the Lego game that they made? Yeah, all I got is the Shaun's description of it, what he calls it. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, so there's lots of lots of ways it goes back and forth. All right. So it's Mag, I'm gonna let you read this one. It's from our buddy.
Oh, Fonz Gaming, Dave. We're going to meet up in June. I'll introduce you to Aaron. We can find him at the food truck. Well, you said food truck, but yes, we get it. Food truck. Come on, be nice to Aaron. Aaron's nice.
He is. But I'm definitely going to be there, dude. So
he'll be there. Yeah, he'll be there.
So.
It wasn't that long ago. I spoke to him, but it's nice guy.
I'm looking forward to just hanging out. Like I said, I don't have any access to any of the things yet, but we'll see what happens. Got some friends working on that for me too. But like I said, even if I just go and hang out with some people in between events and stuff, I'll be happy. I'll be a happy man. So anyway, just like to meet some members of the community in person. That'll be nice. So yeah. All right. Let's jump on to a different subject. We got a lot of them. I sent you guys a list of some ideas, things we want to go around. Any of you guys played Avowed?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
All right. So let's start with Forte and go there. Your thoughts on Avowed and what do you think about it? And how do you think it's going? And do you think I think it's pretty good myself, but what are your thoughts?
I love it. I had the privilege of getting a review copy for it, so I was playing it a couple weeks beforehand, and I played it on Xbox. I played it on PC. I think it's got some of the best dialogue options of like not I'm gonna say 80 game, but of like what we've seen recently. I really like the direction they went in there. I played a game exclusively in third person. I know a lot of people played it first. I love third person in that game because you get attacked in that game, and it's really nice to see where everybody's coming from playing in that game. So I think the weapon combat is great. There's a few gripes I have with it, more like with the encumbrance system and everything. I feel like it shouldn't even be there due to the fast traveling mechanisms they have in the game. But overall, I think they did a really good job with this game. Like the fact I feel like the consequences in the game, like when it comes to like the little meta game of leveling your character up and picking your archetype and picking your stat points and everything really matter, because like I've had complete different dialogue options that popped up that took me into places I thought I would never go in the video game due to like choosing to like raise my perception or my intellect or something like that. And those options being open to me when I'm having conversations, I think it's really good. I think the combat is good in the game. I don't think it's like amazing, but I think it's very serviceable for what they actually have going on in this game. And just the environments, the world looks amazing. Like I really like the the sense of scale, even knowing the game is based in hub worlds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some big hubs. Like you go into certain areas, you're like, man, you see it, you can go to it. So I think they did a really, really good job, and I'm very, very excited to see like what add-ons they add, like DLC and everything that they add on to the game at later points and things like that. But I think the game, you know, I know some people look at it as like it's got like an 80-something Metacritic, and part of me feels like that's warranted for some of the issues that the game does have. But I also feel like I can easily see this game sitting around at 85. That's kind of where I look at it as, because I feel like it does everything that I wanted to do and more. But I'm enjoying the game. I'm about 32 hours in. I'm close to the end of the game. So I know a lot, and I like watching people talk about their experiences in it. So it's really, really good to see everybody having a good time with the game as they play through it, and people that even like you said earlier, people that were kind of down on it, seeing their feedback on the game is great. So it just means that, you know, Obsidian did something right, and let's hope that the rest of the Xbox studios move forward, do something with that.
Yeah, I agree. I like the look of it. We're this is actually a live playthrough right now. Let's see, make sure I get her name right. She's pretty cool. Does a lot of streaming.
Vada.
Yeah, and she's really cool, and I like some of her comments and stuff. So have her gameplay playing in the background. If there's spoilers in there, sorry, it's not going to be enough snippet of the game for you to. I don't think it's going to ruin too much for anybody. So hopefully she'll get back to some action parts here in a minute. But anyway, I thought that would be an easy one to put up there. So Mag, have you played it yet? What are your thoughts?
I have not started it yet. I have not started. I'm in the middle of 3 other games at the moment. I'm waiting to roll credits on 2 more. Then I'm going to start it.
Cool.
But also, as I told you, I think before the start of the show, I will be reviewing South of Midnight. So as I'm going to be busy with that also in the middle of this month coming up. I'm basically considering it's already March. So in the middle of this month, I will be dealing with South of Midnight. So I haven't even started it yet, but like I said, I need to roll credits on 2 other games. I can't do too many things at once. It's just ridiculous. It's got so much on the go. Live streaming 2 games, and then I'm doing 1 game privately just for myself. And then once I get that, then I'm in. So move on to demo. I know that I know he's been playing it. I want to hear what he's got to say. And another thing I find interesting is that what Forte said is actually funny enough. Most of the people I spoke to was the direct opposite, where they were saying the combat was their highlight of the game, and they found that some of the conversations and like the text tree branch, what the hell do you call it, the branch, the dialogue branches, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't remember the damn name. They said that actually that was the weaker part, and the combat was actually the more fun part of the game. So that's interesting that you had the direct opposite feeling. But hey, that's what opinions are for, ladies and gentlemen, right? So it's interesting.
Yeah, I can get how people can. Because let's be for real. Conversation trees and everything. Half the time you see people just doing this on the controller, trying to get through them and stuff.
Right.
So I can understand how people, because the combat, like I said, the combat is good. But if you're a person that like me, I got into the whole like Dragon Age and Mass Effect, going through all of that stuff, seeing the conversations of how they manifest themselves inside of that. I play like games like this. I play for the story, and then the combat is like additive to that.
Sure.
So to me, that's the first thing you actually interact with in the game, is just the conversation. Is like, seeing how deep and how well fleshed out it is. So it does have its flaws in certain places. So I can definitely understand how some people feel about that. But the game, like I said, in general, I feel like it hits all the markers that it kind of needs to hit for a game like this.
That's cool. Demo, what are your thoughts on the game?
Oh man, I just finished streaming the game live. I completed the whole story live. Shout out to the people that came to streaming. Shout out to Abdel.
Nice.
Shout out to Dolo Nine. Shout out to Nonja. They come through. They came through streams. I've been streaming Avowed since it came out, and I've been basically sticking to streaming it, to the people live.
Yeah.
But I've been playing also behind the scenes. So I basically finished the game, roll credits. And I gotta say, man, beautiful game. First thing, beautiful game. Like everybody that I speak to is like, oh my God, this look incredible. It looked better than we thought that it was gonna look. That's the first thing. Like presentation is really good. I love the character designs. The combat, right? It was like my highlight of the game. Was my favorite thing to do in the game, and that's because the build that I chose, right? I chose to be a warrior, and I made it like my own way. I utilize a lot of stun, so when you stun your enemies, you can finish them up with the combo, right? With the finishing move. And I made sure that my build was very stun oriented, and that allowed me to do crazy shit that I posted on Twitter, like doing like 4 or 5 combos on people that they didn't it didn't even allow them to like try to help me, because you get really overpowered in this game, especially like if you take care of your gear. So anyways, I feel like combat was very good. The story was dope. It was actually at the end that everything came together, and I was like, boom. You had that type of moment in Avowed, though I gotta say the ending was a bit underwhelming. And I don't want to spoil it, but I thought that it could have used a little bit more production quality towards the end, like add maybe like this crazy cut scene that is happening and all of that to give it sort of like the wrap up, right? Like the end that the game deserved. But it didn't bother me because at the end of the day, what really mattered was the time that I spent with the game, and enjoying the game, which I did for the most part. I thought the dialogue was cheesy sometimes, and this happens in every RPG. You get cheesy dialogue options. You get, but for the most part, everything that you do in this game, it comes back to haunt you. And I found out the hard way, like right away. At the very beginning of the game, there's some people you could save, or you can like throw down the bridge or whatever, and then it has consequences. Yeah. There's some people that I saved that I met later in the game, and they were grateful, and they gave me shit. They gave me some good stuff. So it makes you wonder, like, should I take what they have right now, or should I maybe get it later? Or maybe they're going to give me something else later. So, I mean, my time with Avowed was wonderful. I only had like 1 or 2 crashes, like I had like 60 hours of gameplay. I did have 1 crash in the computer and 1 crash in the Xbox. Minor bugs, literally, like one bear died and then he stayed petrified or something. He didn't like do the, whatever. It was kind of weird, but that's it. For the most part, well polished. The other thing that I want to highlight about this game that I love, and I think that it does way better than many RPGs, is the movement and parkour. Like getting and traveling through the environments in this game is such joy, man. It feels like Assassin's Creed, bro. Straight up. Like, play this game and, equip some like gloves or boots that give you parkour speed and stuff, and you become unstoppable. It feels like you play Apex Legends, in a sense, because you like running, you sliding, you climbing here, you climbing there. So it just feels nice to play. The story, it's whatever. It is good. I would say I would give this game, I would say 8. But like I would be right there with Forte. I think this game is well deserved over 85. It does have some little things that I feel like hardcore RPG people are gonna feel some type of way, like not being able to abuse NPCs, not being able to interact with the world in a way deeper way. Like, I don't know, games like Starfield did, but nobody gave a shit when Starfield did it. Everybody talked about 30 FPS, but they never took into account being able to kill every NPC, turn every town in fire, do all these things like, object permanence, all of these things that Starfield had. Avowed was missing, right? Like being able to interact with every item. Like, it's not on the level of Starfield per se when it comes to like RPG stuff that is like, shit, I'm doing this, right? But it definitely has a place for RPG lovers. So if you love games like Fallout, games like Pillars of Eternity, games like Diablo, because I feel like this game is comparable to Diablo in many ways. The way they use the abilities with all the refresh timers, all these buffs that you get, it's like very reminiscent of Diablo. Also, the world. This is not an open world game. This is like Metrovania type game that you go in different layers and then you explore. So I feel like in that sense, this game really did it well. And I feel like the number one thing that I'm gonna say here that I love about Avowed is like they respected your time as a player. Like every little corner that you go, there's something in there that didn't make you waste your time. Going solving a puzzle just to get some shitty armor or something. No, everything is dope. They're gonna give you some good stuff. If you're curious, you're gonna find some, bro. Like today, my mind got blown. I found an amulet that allows you to be a necromancer and summon like 3 skeletons that fight with you. So that was dope, bro. I put that shit on right away. I fought Nodwin, which is the final boss, whatever everybody knows. And bro, and it was dope having like an army on my own. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
this game surprised me in many ways. I got nothing but good things to say. I did feel like Obsidian should have maybe go a little bit deeper with it, go all in, right? I feel like they held back a little bit. Like, yeah, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep it this way. But I respect it because they respected my time. So I said, that's how I feel about Avowed. Go ahead and play it. It's on Game Pass. Press A, download, or spend your $70 if you don't want to do that and that's too much effort for you. Or, it's wait for the sale. Like, either way, it's going to be worth it down the line. I feel like it's going to be a cult classic. Down the years. That's how I feel about Avowed.
Or you can trade in some old games at Game Pass to Forte, and he'll hook you right up.
Sure can.
There you go.
Let's go.
Do your thing, bro.
Shout out to Paris Lily, who's in our chat, hanging out with us tonight.
Oh, shit, nice.
And he had to say a good comment. He goes, I gave in-depth reasons why Avowed is a 9.5 in my 2 reviews, and he did. I saw both those were really good. Really good reviews on that, and it's a great game, man. It's great. Is it the best game? No, but it's really good, fun to play, and if it's Game Pass, fuck, man, there's no reason not to play it, not to get in and enjoy it. There's really just no reason not to do it. And let's see, we have a super chat from Danny Passion Official, which is let's see, Kingdom Come. This was Deliverance 2. Is out now, and he says the dialogue is way more impressive and meaningful in that game. And yeah, I mean it's a different game, but boy, that one looks good too. It looks really, really good. I like that.
They're both different tones too. Like I seen somebody, I think it was like Hip Hop Gamer comparing Avowed to God of War. Come on, bro. Get out of here. That's like the craziest comparison ever. And that's because God of War is one type of game that is like a linear story that you follow a certain path that these developers put you on, right? And Avowed, you are like, you got way more freedom, you do way more things, and it's just like that doesn't mean that one is better than the other one. They're just totally different experience for different gamers, right? People like me that I love playing games like, the Bethesda, Clunk, whatever the hell the people, I love that. Pillars of Eternity, Diablo, I play games like that. This game is right at home for me. But I'm also going to be playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. Is my next game. So, I mean, can we all get along? One game can be good and the other one can be good too. I mean, we don't have to compare. The comparison shouldn't even exist between these 2 games. They're totally different. One is more realistic. The other one has a lighter tone. Right, Avowed. So that's just the way I see it. But for the most part, they're both amazing games. Why not celebrate both of them? Because I feel that they both deserve it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. So yeah, there's a lot of great comments in the chat too, and I do appreciate you guys being respectful tonight. We have well, look, I get guests from all different as long as you're gamers and remember the community. I love each and every one of them. And that's just the way it is. So thank you, Chad, for being for the most part respectful, because the MAGG and Forte and Demo all have the ability to time out anybody they want to. Just saying, but
sayonara.
I'm not gonna do that, bro.
but no. Well, and of course, so like I said,
to the shadow realm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with somebody. That's
not.
all part of life, man. It's just being respectful about it. At least tonight, that would be greatly appreciated. And thank you all so much. Wait, what? We're supposed to be respectful? Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So yeah, I know Hargeet is, as some people did ask, Hargeet unfortunately is not going to be here tonight, and probably may or may not be here next week either. He's not on any of his shows right now, and that's because his father passed away yesterday. So big prayers and shout out to Hargeet Chani, to his family, in his great loss. It was kind of expected, but unfortunately, even if it's expected, it still hurts and hits hard. But we do love him, and prayers to his whole family and everything he's going through. I've been through it myself. Yet it is part of life, unfortunately.
Right.
But anyway, so we do give him time to heal and to get back, and he'll be back good and strong and gaming for sure with all the rest of us. So yeah, big shout out to Hargeet. We miss him tonight, that's for sure. Let's hit this up before we get to the next topic.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Thanks, Dirt. Dirt Griggity for you. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Sentiments across the board there, E-Ranks, for sure. Condolences to Hargeet and prayers to his family. That is for sure. All right, so let's talk about, I guess tomorrow, Monday, is the big day for the little game, as it were. ID at Xbox Showcase is the 24th, which is tomorrow. Anybody interested in that, or any thoughts, or Mag, have you heard anything that might be showing up? I'm just not that you can give anything away, but I mean, as far as like, or is there anything you're looking forward to in this little showcase tomorrow with indie games?
There's not much I could talk about on the indie scene. I don't really have many connections there. Most of the people I talk to are from Microsoft Game Studios, Xbox Game Studios, those guys. I speak to those the heads of those, not the heads, but people in there, and then some of the people on the board. So we know you got Phil's number in your back pocket. You remember I made, or if you watched XNC last week, I know Phil was watching, and I made a joke about it, and for sure it pissed him off. But I was just like, I bet you Phil sits at those board meetings and looks around and go, who the hell's Mag talking to? Because some of that stuff is really sensitive information. But no, anyways, all joking aside, the ID at Xbox, I am actually going into it completely blind. I was talking about it with Colt over the last week, and we really don't know what's going to come out of it. So we're kind of walking into it like virgins, and we're just like, I'm excited because for once I'm going into a show like completely blind. Like, I don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's surprises. I'm hoping there's going to be some surprises there, some things that I'm going to be interested in. Like, for example, even when they did the developer direct, Colt and I knew a month before that Ninja Gaiden was going to be there, and that was the secret game. And then, of course, that they were going to do the shadow drop. I don't want that all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes you just want to be surprised and watch a great show. Their timing is incredibly good because they just came off of a great developer direct, and then of course they had Avowed dropped, and that's generally speaking very favorable results in that department. Now you got the ID at Xbox thing, and then that's going to sort of dovetail into the releases that are coming out in the spring. Right. So this is all great timing in that respect. If you look at the broad spectrum of what's going on, and then that's going to go into the 2 releases in the spring and then go right into the June showcase. Fantastic. That's how you do it. Steady cadence of information out there. As to what we're going to see, I think we're going to see some partnerships out there. There is going to be something else coming up that's not related to this. There's going to be a partnership showcase that's actually coming out in March. And that's where they're going to talk about Final Fantasy. So that's going to be happening. Final Fantasy 16 to be specific.
Nice.
For Xbox. And then the other 2 most likely later this year, if not getting pushed into 2026 is the last I heard. But anyways, that's not related to this. So this, I'm just excited to see some fun games there. That game, what the hell is it called? The one with the mouse and the gun kind of looks like Cuphead. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mouse for hire, something like that, right?
Like it hasn't come out yet, right?
Right,
It hasn't come out yet. Okay, so we're probably
going
going to see that game. And when I remember the last time they had a showcase, that was like my most anticipated game because it was so ridiculous and funny and just like a silly looking game. And I'm like, this looks like a lot of fun. I'm interested in that. So other than that, I'm walking in this blind, man. I just want to go in, enjoy the show, and then we're going to talk about it tomorrow night when Colt and I do our thing. So yeah,
Mouse for Hire PI.
That's it. Mouse for Hire PI. Thank you, whoever. Yeah, wonderful.
So yeah, these are always.
Thank you.
Yeah, these are always really cool to like just sit back and just enjoy because you really don't know what's coming. I will say this though. If Team Cherry does not tell me when Silk Song is coming out, we're gonna have a problem. I already got a problem because where is this game at? Like, come on now, please tell me when Silk Song is coming out. That's the only thing I care about indie wise right now. It is not because I don't like indies. It's just that this one has been on the shelf. It seems like for half a decade, if not longer. So I just need to know when that's coming. If I will give this show right now a 10 out of 10 if Silk Song is there and they tell me a release date. And I know that's asking for a lot, but I need to know when this game is coming out at this point. Not just for me, not asking for a friend either. I'm asking for all the gamers out there that walk into my store and walk into sections and say, hey, when is Silk Song coming out? And I got to tell them the same thing. I don't know. I don't know. So, but no, outside of that, though, there's going to be a lot of good things there. It's the fact that you don't really know what's going to show up there because it's not that it's like closed off or anything and people just don't talk about it. It's just not the stuff that makes news. It makes news after the showcase because then people are excited for the things that they saw there. So I'm just really interested to see what excites people at the show in the aftermath. But like I said, Team Cherry, Silk Song, that's all I need to know.
Don't Nod is going to be there. That's interesting. So I mean that's a studio that they've done Life is Strange and stuff like that. So we'll see what their new thing is, but the interesting thing I do like about indies, I don't play a whole lot of them. I have to really like them. The thing is I enjoy about the indie showcases is that these are teams that want to eventually become a AAA studio.
Yeah, exactly.
And as a result of that, that they're going to be showing stuff. They're basically trying so hard. They're like the Rocky Balboa of like the first movie. You're not even trying to win you're not even trying to be the champ. You just want to make it to the distance. So you're going to get greatness from these people, right? You're going to get interesting new ideas. You're not just going to get a first-person shooter or an action RPG or anything like. It's usually you'll get some interesting mechanics in there, something different. Really cool stories, all that kind of stuff, because again, they're trying to turn into something significantly bigger. I mean, everybody has been an indie studio at one point, right? And that's when you look at like some of these things, like for example, like Naughty Dog 30 years ago were working out of one of the guys' garages. Like they literally didn't even have a studio or an office. And it's just and then all of a sudden look what they became. Right, whether you like them or not, I'm just saying it's just like that's what they're all thirsting for. They got that hunger out there, and that's what makes it so interesting that they're trying so hard because they're trying to crack that market and get their interesting, new, fresh ideas out there. So that's why I do like those showcases. I don't play them all, but I really enjoy the effort put into them. So, but Don't Nod, don't sleep on them. They always have some pretty interesting stuff. So they're going to be featured at the show. A lot of these other studios, I'm looking at them and. I don't recognize most of them, so this should be really interesting to see what they come up with.
Yeah, and Forte, I tell you, I got that game is on my wish list and has been for quite a while on the Xbox wish list.
That studio is not being confirmed for the show tomorrow, just so you know.
Yeah, of course not.
Oh, wow.
Of course not.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the list now.
Well, maybe it'll be at the
It needs to be
Nintendo. Maybe it'll be at the Nintendo. Maybe it'll be a launch game for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, I don't care where it goes. I'll get it.
I mean, it'll be everywhere, but still,
I just need the game at this point.
Yeah, and the original Silk Song masterpiece, man. It's absolutely awesome.
It is. It's really good.
Love it.
It's the game that got me into roguelites.
Oh yeah,
and Metrovanias. Well, not Metrovanias, but
like look at a game like Little Nightmares, the first one. Little Nightmares was an indie game, and I'm like, all right, let me pick this up. It was on sale. I saw it on the store, and I'm like, let me check this out. I fell in love with that game.
Yeah.
And then I ended up, and then Little Nightmares 2, that's when it turned from an indie game to a AA game. Now Little Nightmares 3 is starting to teeter towards a AA to AAA quality game, right? So that's why it got delayed an extra year. So yeah, like that's that. See how you see the progression of these things. So there's potential there for some pretty cool ideas. That studio, help me, I'm old. Everybody remember that studio, the one that did they did those games where like they were black and white, and like it was just like a side scroller, and you're jumping around. There's like a big spider coming after you, and all that kind of stuff.
Luna or whatever it was, or no?
Yeah. Like those ones, I love those ones too. They were out on Xbox. I think they were on Game Pass too.
One of Phil's big games. He loved that game.
Yes.
Yeah,
let's see, I want to see something like that, like something cool like that. Cool ideas, new mechanics, interesting stories.
Yeah.
Yep. Big $2 super chat from You Don't Know Me. Jesus Christ, Dave. Do you know me? Wow. I'm just putting extra words in there. Do you know me? $2 super chat. You think maybe a Towerborn console release date? Maybe. That'd be nice. It'd be nice to have. I mean, they've had time to work some of the bugs out, as it were. So hopefully, still coming to Game Pass, as far as we know. So
yeah,
that'd be a nice one to have on there for sure. That would definitely be nice. Demo, any thoughts on this? On anything or?
Well, on Towerborn, let me add this because one of my boys is like he's been testing Towerborn for a long time, and he's telling me that he's kind of ready. He's like, yeah. He's like, he's kind of ready. I feel like this game has enough features to be released, and it's well polished and it looks incredible. He's super happy with the game. So yeah, that's one of the things that I wanted to add. And about the indie game show, I'm gonna tell you this, man. A lot of these big AAA companies are paying more attention to these than we are, and is it because college football with the NFL, same thing? You're looking at talent. You're looking at people who can make things happen. Low budget, etc. So, I don't know. I'm super interested because, like Max said, and in Forte, you usually see some new stuff in there, some refreshing stuff. So I can't wait to see what they do. I think they had this game 33 Immortal. That was one of the games that I tried the beta and I thought it was incredible. Very cool game. And we get more games like that from these indie shows, man. Well, I welcome them. I can't wait to see it, man. And some of this stuff is gonna be dropping in Game Pass too, because we already know. So I'm super happy. More games for me, man. Power World was it one of those games that came out of the idea at Xbox. Fortnite was one for sure.
Yeah,
that started in there as an indie project, and and a bunch of other games that started like that. So seeing these small developers, working their way to the top, it's just freaking dope, man. And I can't wait to see what they do, man. I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah, and a shout out to 3-Bit Pixelated Echoes. If he's doing a show tonight, we're going to send everybody over to him later. I believe he's got a show tonight going on a little bit later with Fuzzy Belvedere.
Fuzzy,
shout out to them. Yeah, hey. Love Fuzzy and love 3-Bit. So yeah, and 3-Bit. I'm telling you now, when Fable does come out, I want you on this show so you can tell me all about all the work you did on it. There won't be any excuses for you not to be on then. I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm just messing with you. But no, shout out to him. Pixelated Echoes, great show, and we'll send everybody to that a little later on. But yeah, so guys, it's gaming is so good, man. There's so many great things and to cover and to talk about. One of the things we did want to talk about just a little bit is the so South of Midnight. Some of the previews are in. MAGG, is that something that you can talk about yet, or
no?
No? Okay, all right. So is there actual I
could tell you some details, like the length of the game and stuff like that, if this chat doesn't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can tell you things like that. Like the game on average, just like to be able to run through the game, is about 12 to 15 hours. So it's not like a monstrous. It's not as it's not as big as Avowed. Obviously, it's a much shorter, smaller experience. So about 12 to 15 hours to play the game. Story mode, completionists. If you're one of those like me, you're looking at anywhere between 25 and 40 hours if you want. Yeah. I mean, it's all dependent on you as well, right? But in terms of details, no, I can't discuss anything beyond that.
That's cool. That's cool.
That just just give an idea of like what people are going to get into. But yeah, I mean, if you take your time with it and you really go through and you're thorough and you want to explore and you know what I mean, and get into the lore and all the other stuff. Again, can't talk details, but about 25 to 40 hours completionist. That's for if you want to go for your 1,000 gamer score. But if you're just going to burn through it, you could do it in about 12 hours.
Nice. I know that like Mr. Boomstick and a couple others are going to be dropping their reviews real soon, or previews on it.
Previews. Then the reviews.
Yeah. So that's exciting, and yeah, the game looks fantastic, absolutely wonderful. I had a clip, and I don't know where I put it, so I won't play it right now. But yeah, so all right, we'll in Forte. Anybody else have anything you want to shed on that one, or you looking forward to that one as well?
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's just at a certain point, it just really comes down to timing because it's all about what else comes around that time. So it's definitely a game that's on the radar. I'm just, I'm just playing a lot of stuff by ear right now, depending on what else is released throughout the year.
Yeah. South of Midnight release date. I know it's soon, right?
It's it's March. Yeah, I'm there day one. I'm definitely there day one. So.
April 8th?
No, it's April. It's not
April.
Yeah, it's April.
Okay, so we got
March is Outfall.
I just saw it right there. Rayoid?
Yeah.
It said April 8th. Yeah, it was April 8th. Yeah.
There you go. So that's not very far away.
Did you guys hear that there's some I don't have my hands on it yet, obviously. I will be reviewing Doom as well, but I don't have my hands on it, but I heard some rumors out there that there are sections of it that's almost borderline open world.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, like it's going to be like much larger environments that you can actually go and explore and take your time and stuff like that. It's not so much the run and gun and ripping eyeballs out and all kinds of crazy stuff that you do in the other ones. I think the first one was more like the action. The second one was more traversal. This one will be more about exploration and like almost Souls-like combat. So interesting idea. So sorry, it's just a little tidbit. I just picked it up.
All good. And Adamfall is going to be the March game. That's what's going to happen in March. Yeah,
Adamfall in that one.
Yeah,
that looks like it's a mixture of like Stalker with Fallout or something. Like,
what is an Expedition 33 in March?
Ooh. Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, I think it is in March. I think that's the one. That's the one that's in March. Yeah,
that's the one that's in March. Expedition 33 in March, and then you got South of Midnight April, and then Doom in May.
Doom. Yep. Doom. Yep. May 15th.
May 15th. That's gonna be that's 3 big months there. Like I mean, that's really good.
Doesn't Xbox have 2 games in April?
You're right. I think its Expedition is also in April. It's at the end of April.
Yeah, there was 2 games they announced that showcased.
Expedition is April. I thought it was March.
Adam's Fall is March, and then April has South of Midnight and Expedition 33.
Yeah, there's 2 games in April. I remember when I saw that, I was like, dang, they're releasing 2 games, like because I remember it's like 2 weeks apart.
Yeah, I think it's because one is actually a first party game, and the other one is a third party. So
it's one is a third party game. Yeah, that's going to Game Pass. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. I'm getting corrected in the chat here. I see. Do you know me and Arden are saying Expedition's April 24th?
Yeah.
Oh wow, so that April's a big month, man.
April's a huge month.
Yeah. And the thing that gets me, MAGG Forte demo, is that this is just the beginning of the year. This is the first quarter, dude.
I know.
Well, the second half is being held hostage by those assholes at Rockstar.
Hey! Watch it.
Yeah.
Listen. Those assholes know that they go. Those assholes know they go print money, and they what they want to do.
I know. I was on the call. By the way, the investors call, and I didn't get to talk, but I mean, I was there for it. So I was, but it's just. I'm flabbergasted by what was being said because like in one moment he's saying, oh yeah, expect it in 2025 or whatever else, and then literally like 1 minute later he's like, but there could be slippage, and I'm like, what does that even mean?
Right.
And then he did an interview an hour later with somebody. I did a whole video about it, and then he talked about the same thing. And he says, "Yeah, it's 2025 is looking good. We're on track. This and that." And then literally in the same sentence, he says, "But there could be slippage. It could happen anytime. It might. It's possible. It can go to 2026." The rest of these publishers, and I know as a fact, I know that Microsoft as a publisher now are getting really pissed off because I spoke to some of the heads over there, and they're like, they're really bothering us because we're trying to nail down the second half of the year. Sony doing the same thing. And they're all being held hostage by Grand Theft Auto 6 because they're trying to stay away from it. And the only ones that we're getting some actual solid dates are the ones being released by Take-Two, who own Rockstar. Like we got the date for, we got Mafia, the date. We've got the Borderlands 4 date, right? So they've already planted their flags there because they know, I mean, it's their own games, right? But the rest of the industry is being held hostage. Yep. Yes, do you know me? You're absolutely right. Oh, sorry. I was about to read the super chat. You want me to read it?
Yeah, you want to? Go right ahead.
Yeah, we got $1.99 from Do You Know Me? There's some sort of Tony Hawk announcement on March 4th. Yes, there is. If you actually, if you have the new Call of Duty maps, DLC, whatever, the new season, there's a new map in there, and you actually go into a skate shop. And on the skate shop, and in the skate shop on the wall, written in Tony Hawk font, is 3/4/25, and that's going to be a reveal for the remasters of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and Pro Skater 4. They will be coming out for purchase, and they will be coming out for Game Pass.
Hmm.
That is
So
awesome.
there you go. I hope that answers your
awesome.
questions.
Xbox butter.
Wow.
Bonds, I see what you're saying there about South of Midnight. Time varies depending on who's playing. I played Stellar Blade. It took me 125 hours. Jesus. So, I mean, and some people take them like 35 or 40 hours, right? So it all depends on that. But yeah, you're not wrong. I've heard some people rip through the game. But the same thing they said about, what's it called? Hellblade 2. Last year, they're like, I finished it in 3 hours and 6 minutes.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, dude, it took me like 11 hours to get through that. Like, so, like, it varies in time. But yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, he was asking me, but I didn't want to go
That's
too.
all good.
I feel like sometimes people play games just to get them out of the way to say I beat it. Like, come on, bro. I play this to like enjoy it. Like I'm looking around, I'm savoring the scenery. I'm testing things out. I'm trying to get here, go there. I try this weapon out, maybe try another loadout or build. Like that's how you're supposed to have fun with them. Not supposed to be like homework. You know, like, I'm gonna do homework, get it out of the way. Fuck it, turn it in. I just need a C to pass. Fuck it. You know what it is, brother? You're absorbing an art form, and as a result of that, you're absorbing somebody's hard work, and you're seeing it, in front of you on a screen, and that's where you can appreciate all that went into that game. And when you talk to a lot of developers and a lot of these people, they put literally years into it, right? If you look at the new game that's coming out, Split Fiction, which is coming out in 2 weeks, one of the lead developers of the game had his last 3 games that he had in his hand, and he goes, this represents the last 20 years of my life. So think about that in perspective, right? Yeah. 3 games that you get some gamer just go, yeah, whatever, finish that. It took that dude 20 years to make those 3 games. So he's holding the 3 boxes there, and he just says, that's the last 20 years of my life. So just to put it in perspective. So I think it should, in my opinion, I'm a completionist. Whether I'm on Xbox, I go for my 1,000 out of 1,000, or I'm on PlayStation, I'll go for a platinum all the time. I don't care how long it takes. And they put in all that time. I feel like I'm respecting their hard work by going through it and doing the same thing. And I want to explore every nook and cranny. Every tree was drawn by somebody or done by someone, right? So, that's. I mean, not everybody has to do that. I'm just saying. Exactly. So, I'm saying not everybody has to be a completionist. No, not everybody needs to be a completionist, but at least, take a little bit of time with the game.
Just appreciate what they've done.
Exactly. Just listen to the music, listen to the character's voice, look at the attire that you got on, and stuff like that. So,
yeah. Well, all right. So speaking of attire you have on, so our good friend to this channel, which I absolutely adore her, is Epic Treasure.
Yes.
Our Aussie from down under. And she is absolutely amazing. Put out some amazing content. Well, she dropped a video a little earlier today, and we're going to take a little snippet of that video, which I highly recommend that you guys all go, and gals to watch it as well. So, in case you guys hadn't seen it, it's she's really big into character creation. She really is likes that a lot. And then I guess Mag, you were talking earlier about another game that had a lot of physics to the game, as it were. And I don't know if you've seen this or not. Mecha Break, I think is what it's called.
Oh, Mecha Break.
Yeah. So shout out to Epic Treasure, and we're just gonna play a little bit.
That's deplorable. Remove that from the screen. I'm offended. I'm thoroughly offended.
I mean, that's what gameplay is all about. As Dirk Green would say, I don't make a male character if I want to have to look at it for 5 hours. I'm gonna make a female that makes it enjoy my time.
I think this game is called Mecha Break with. I think this game is going to be called Mecha Break with Cake, but that's just me. Anyways, carry on.
Please hit the like button.
So we'll listen to Epic
to show you the beautiful outfit design and details, and also the jiggle physics in Mecha Break. So if you like what you see, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Hit the notification button. Come join Discord channel, link in the description below. So we're going to go straight to the outfit for her. So we go outfit, And there's a few different colors at the moment. I don't know if it's going to change down the track. And also there'll be
Scientific.
full character settings for this character incoming. So that'll have all her settings, because this is not the default. The default is great, but this one's better if you ask me. So let's have a look at the detail of the outfits. So
yeah, look at
with
those
her
details.
body settings, these just go straight into
Where Dave risking it all.
here. And we can go edit, and then we can go body edit, and we can go all these details. It's wild. So as I said, you'll be able to check the channel for the incredible detailed description for that. Every setting possible. So back to the outfits. We're going to go in here. And her outfit is actually, her boots are joined to the outfit. It's all in one. And I've made her feet smaller too. They've actually got settings to change her finger size and finger length and heel size and shoe size and everything you can really imagine that's possible. It is so detailed. It's wild. So they have spared no expense with this one. Having a look at the texture of the outfit.
Epic is controlling
got all
this,
this
by
sort
the
of
way.
geometric design across the chest. If I can zoom in there, you can see that.
Please
and
do.
You can see all the
look at the
scratches
design on her
the
chest.
shoulders there. And as we sort of zoom down, we can see sort of fish scale type of abdomen with this worn kind of feature to the belly part of it. She does have lights underneath her hair. Hang on, let me just swish it a little bit.
This is fantastic.
Swish.
It is.
You can just see that.
Feel like some ASMR stuff going on here.
It is epic.
Speaking of which,
And you can
Abdel,
change the hair smoothness. Go into the edit settings of that. And like I said, you can go into the hands and change the hand size. Look at this.
Oh, those some nice hands.
That's a nice hand.
Like finger thickness. What is going on in the world?
Oh goodness!
I don't know.
I am going to put the
me.
link to this video in the description, so that everybody can click on it.
To answer some questions there, Dave, and other people in the chat here, they're talking about ASMR. She does do ASMR.
Yes, he does.
So if Epic Treasure is a friend of mine, and so we talk and whatever, and says so. She sent me a couple of the ASMR videos because I use them to fall asleep myself because I have trouble sleeping. She sent me a couple of those. She does some stuff on what the hell is it called, on Spotify. You can find her on Spotify. She does ASMR stuff on Spotify. She even reads Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like she actually reads the book, and she's done chapters of that. So it's fantastic, man. She's got such an amazing voice. So if anybody's interested, go check her out on Spotify, and you'll find her there under Epic Treasure. So
a link to her video is in the chat right now, and I will add it to the description a little later. She's been a guest here several times. She's amazing, and yes, she is actually part of the running joke. FarQ, God bless him. I misspoke one day because I was bragging about her when she was on the show about her reading the novel Dracula.
Oh yeah, okay, so you did know about it.
Bram Stoker's Dracula, but I misspoke because I was reading another super chat at the same time, and I said Bram Stroker.
It's okay. Most people do. The joke's already in the chat. They're already in the chat. I see them. A bunch of Bram Stroker.
Yeah. So in fact, of course, they made all kinds of memes with me as getting excited against a vampire. But anyway, so there we go. But yes, no, and she actually, she does have a very very calm voice, and she does a really her walkthroughs and stuff. All kidding aside, that she does on Power World and other games. She's really in detail and depth, and she's definitely a great member of the community, and I strongly recommend. And she will be back on in the future here. She's already said she wants to come back on soon. So yeah, Bram Stroker, yes, I'm never going to live that down.
Deathstroke.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good thing. Dave's got a grip on things. But anyway,
wow.
Yep. So okay. So guys, I kind of threw a wrinkle in there a little bit. Sorry. And we got a little bit more time before Mag has to take off.
I do. Yes.
So we will. We're gonna. So we got a couple of things we could talk about. I mean, we got the. Obviously, the summer showcase happened. But yeah, I haven't really got any. I mean, on your own show, of course. But if anybody wants to talk about like what they saw at the showcase and what you thought about it, and we can go around the horn. Forte, what did you think about the Xbox? I'm sorry, the summer showcase, the Xbox Direct that we just saw. What are your thoughts about that, man? What did you enjoy about that? And I mean, are they on the right track? What do you think?
No, I think they've been on the right track when it came to their offerings for quite some time now. The fact, like I said, the fact that we're seeing all of these games starting to release, like I said, in general, the fact that we only know about the first half of the year when it comes to all of these games is something that is like we're not used to. It's like, wow. But I just think in general, with all of these games coming to not only to Xbox, but to other platforms, we're just seeing the fruits of Xbox finally, really starting to take off when it came to the what is the word I'm looking for? For the word what is that word? Dang, I drew a blank, having a brain fart.
That's all right.
But for the most part, I just think that is really, really good. I just like where they're going on that. I'm just looking forward to like what the end of this year is going to kind of look like for them. Like, is Fable going to make it to the end of this year? It's rumors around that. I don't know if it is. I'm not plugged in like that. But those are all the other things that we're looking. So the fact that in close, I guess, in fact, the fact that we only know about the first half is what makes this showcase as great as it actually is. It's like South of Midnight. That's one of my most anticipated games coming out this year. Comes out literally in the next month or so. When it comes to all these other games that's releasing, Doom is like one of my favorite franchises. It comes out literally the week of my birthday. I'm taking that week off to just run through that game on May 15th. Nice. That's another one I'm really looking forward to. And that's mostly it. It's like when I just think about these showcases now, it's about what you're bringing to the platform. People try to, they get upset at me when I talked about I really wasn't floored by what PlayStation put out. It was mostly because it was like a glory, other than the game Saurus at the end of it. It was pretty much a third-party showcase.
Yep.
And all those games are going to be everywhere for the most part. Even what's the name of Annihilation, which was the best game I thought was there. Yeah, that's coming to Xbox. They announced it later on IGN's website that that's coming to Xbox too. And I was like, yeah, figured. So not to say it takes points away, but it's all about what you are bringing to the platform or what you are bringing to gamers. And Xbox literally having a loaded first half. It's something that should be celebrated, just like we gave them the business when they only had 3 first-party studios back in 2013, 2014. Agreed. And now you see them with well over 30. And it's only going to be better and better over the course of the rest of this generation going into next generation. It just really comes down to what their future plans around hardware is, which is the only question mark I feel when it comes to Xbox. But when it comes to the games, I feel like they kind of answered that. Now we just want to know what the cadence is going to look like, what games should we be looking forward to in the future, and how many games a year we're going to be getting, because it looks like that whole 1 game a quarter, it looks like we're already there. It almost looked like we're going to get more than that, at least for the foreseeable future, probably for like the next year and a half, because like I said, in 2020, a lot of these studios that were releasing games back then, it was going to take a while for them to get those games out. Now that those games are coming back around, now it's time for, games like, like Fable, games like State of Decay 3, all the other, tentpole games that Xbox produced that we don't know anything really about at this point, other than what we saw during the June showcase last year. Now I think that's when we're going to start seeing those development timelines ramp up. And I do think a lot has to do with the fact that Grand Theft Auto is just lurking out there and nobody wants to say anything due to the repercussions of trying to tell people that, you're going to play my game over that game. That's not going to happen. So that's kind of what I look at their showcase. I gave that showcase a 10 out of 10 because I felt like it nailed everything that I needed it to nail and more. So that's kind of where I sat with it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. I also gave it a 10 out of 10. Fanboy, whatever you want to call me, I don't care. I just thought it hit on all marks.
You're a fan of a platform. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly, and it even had look, the surprise game and a shadow drop. So it
And
was
a
like
shadow drop.
win-win. You know, it was like, so if you have this, you're not gonna have this, and we got both. And it was like, what the fuck? That was very fantastic. Look, I'll read this real quick. So Abdel 114 it says WebDave will Steam be on the next gen Xbox. We've all heard rumors about that. Jez Corden says that yes, there'll be some kind of type tie-in type thing, bringing in other ecosystems. That could be one of the game changers as well, and possibly their handheld. We know the handheld is real. We don't know when the quote unquote next gen, I guess, most powerful, whatever next level gaming system the Sarah Baum was talking about is going to be announced and coming out. We don't know if that's 26 or 27. I have a feeling they're definitely going to try and beat PlayStation to the punch again this time, and I think they need to if they want to really make a good quote unquote stand, as it were. Hey, welcome out, C Money. Good to see you here as well. So Mag, any thoughts that you have on the Developer Direct?
I gave it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was stellar. The only thing that sucked for me is that Colt and I heard back in December about Ninja Gaiden, so it kind of spoiled the surprise for us. And so we knew about it, but we were told not to talk about it, obviously. But anyways, a great show, great start to the year as well. And like I said, this is these all have to be building blocks that. When you start with your foundation, you got to build up from there. If anything, and this is a good thing, that great motivation for the other studios. And the reason why I'm saying this is that, for example, like they drop Call of Duty, right, to great success, as everybody would expect. And it did incredibly well. And great, there's your foundation. That gives motivation to the next studio that's releasing the game, going, oh crap, man, they just released an incredible game. We got to release an incredible game and make sure that it's polished. It's great. It's got no bugs, whatever else, right? Performance is good, and the game is quality. So then you do that. They get Indiana Jones, another notch in the belt, right? So now they're building up from there. Then they get into this Developer Direct. They do a great show showing you what's coming up for the rest of the year. Wonderful. Well, at least for the first half of the year. And then, of course, Ninja Gaiden later on in the year. So then you got that another block that they built up there. Then you released Avowed to success, right? Another block up there. So now you're building up from there. The great thing is that what they're going to keep doing is now the other studios are going to have that motivation to say, man, they just released a great game. Now we got to do it. We don't want to be the team that, you know what I mean? Like knocks down the house of cards, so to speak, right? We don't want to be that team. So everybody's going to keep building on quality, and that's exactly where you want to be. Right. So the Developer Direct was fantastic. Now they're going to be doing the ID at Xbox tomorrow. And then in March, they're going to be doing a partnership program where they're going to be showing some of the stuff they're working on with Square Enix, for example. And then there's going to be another one coming up with, they're already sort of doing it because I know Sony has already done one of them with, what the hell is it called? Shinobi. So there's already that, like with Sega. There's going to be a partnership with Sega. Sarah Bond was the one who worked on that contract with them. It's not coming to Game Pass, by the way, so don't get excited. The Sega games that they're doing a partnership with are not going to Game Pass. I can tell you that. You will have to purchase them if you want to play them on Xbox. So, anyways.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Buying games should be something that you want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then okay, I see you, Mac, whatever the hell your name is. Goof.
Return of the Mac.
Yeah. So they're doing a great job. Now they got another 2 games coming out. Well, 3 games technically. One of them isn't theirs, but still going into Game Pass. So they're building up from there. Then you go into the June showcase. Perfect. This is how you do it. Now the thing is, by that time, you should have a better idea of what's going on with Rockstar and GTA 6. Right. And then so that from there, then they can start nailing down dates. Then you can nail down your Call of Duty. Then you can nail down, then also Ninja Gaiden as well. And then some other games that they're talking about. Now, I know some people want to know about this. There's a couple things up in the air right now. Some people are still saying Fable is coming. I do not think Fable is coming this year. That's my guess. I'm just from what I'm hearing. I'm not saying that's fact. I'm just saying there's a possibility it's not going to make 2025. However, the interesting thing is, and this is one that I don't believe, but I have been told by 3 separate people that we should expect a Gears of War this year. which I don't think is personally. I think they should have waited, but because I think when you're releasing Call of Duty and then they've got Outer Worlds 2, I don't think you need, and of course everybody's gonna be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't think you need to sneak Gears of War in there. I personally think that doing that would kind of be like a Titanfall 2 situation, right? Where it's gonna get wedged between these two big games, and then it's gonna kind of get lost in the mix. I know Gears is a huge title, but I think it needs its room to breathe. That's my personal opinion. I think a game of that size and magnitude, I think it should be. You know what I mean? Give it its own space so that everybody can get in there. It's got the online element. People are also asking about the Gears of War collection. Apparently, that is also coming out this year, right? So, I mean, like I said, I don't 100% believe those things, but this is what I've been being told by extremely reliable sources. So, and I did videos on it and everything. Obviously, I can't tell you who those sources are. But anyways, the interesting thing is the Gears collection does not have multiplayer. All right. So if anybody wants, to get that out of their system, there's no multiplayer in the Gears of War collection. That's something that they might shadow drop in the summer. Maybe. I'm not saying they will, or they'll announce it for sure and then come out later on. But it will be single player and co-op only for that. All right. So Anyway, so it looks good, man. It looks good. And then we don't even know what Sony's up to. We don't exactly even know what the Switch is up to in terms of we've heard rumors and rumblings about the launch lineup for the Switch 2. I think that's going to be wild, right? If everything comes out of what they have said, that's great. And then you've got Sony got stuff going on. This is a great time to be a gamer, man. Console warring and all that bullshit by some people. I see some of y'all. It's that's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Just being that toxic is just stupid. And just go out and enjoy games and play games and have a great time doing it, man. And you know what? These companies are fighting for our dollar right now. And that's exactly the position we need to be in, because we are reaping all the benefits of them scratching and clawing for every single penny that is in our pockets. They're fighting for that. And it's a wonderful time, man. It is. You know what? Pong Soul's not wrong, man. This is a golden age of gaming right now. This is a great time. And it's only going to get better. So I'm super excited. But anyways, on that note, my friends, I do have to run. Duty calls. So I will have to run.
Thank you so much for being here. Please tell everybody where they can find you, man, where they can reach out to you and where they can find you. What show you're going to be on. And about your new show, too.
Yes. Well, you can find me on Twitter, obviously, Middle Age Game Guy. You can find me on TikTok under The MAGG Show. You can find me on YouTube at The MAGG Show. And then, of course, you can find me on XNC with Colt Eastwood on Monday nights, where we have our show there. We've gotten much bigger, and we're actually like in the top 5 biggest Xbox podcasts on the planet now. So it's a great time. It's a lot of stuff. You can find a lot of things there. Like I said, my personal channel just launched a month ago. I got already 1,000+ subs. So I'm excited about that. Nice new adventure I'm going on and having some fun doing live streams with my family and my wife. That seems to be a big popular one. I do this live stream with my wife every Tuesday or Wednesday. It's called Till Death Do Us Part. And the two of us play co-op action games. We're playing Space Marine 2 right now. And the banter back and forth, people are loving it. The sexual innuendos, the jokes, the this, the that, the arguing. It's wonderful, man. And I play with my son on Fridays. We do that too. And then I'm trying to promote togetherness in gaming. And you know what I mean? That's the whole idea. Is it's like with family and stuff like that. You want to bond with your children or your wife or your nephews or you know what I mean? Your cousins or anything. Yep. That like this gaming world that we're in, and a lot of people. You want to get together with your family and do stuff as a family. Something that they'll remember later on down the road is that you're doing something together, and that's what I'm trying to promote. So that's nice. What we're doing on there on the channel. And of course, I do my own videos on top of that, where I talk about different things in the gaming industry and whatever else. So yeah. Anyways, everybody, awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for being here, man. We really appreciate you, man. Thank you, gentlemen. Sir. Have a great night. You guys are absolutely awesome. Chad, you guys are awesome too, man. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to y'all real soon. Sounds good. Have a good one, buddy.
All right, later, boys.
All right, let me move things around real quick. Yeah, there. Oh, perfect. Fell right in place, just the way I wanted it. My guest on the top row. I always like myself in that bottom corner. So if I do show a video or anything like that, it puts me down the bottom. So do you want to read the super chat real quick? Breck Bingham, $5 super chat. Making a female character in Mecha Break with big hands is called Bram Stoker.
Okay.
Thanks, Brett Bingham. I guess that's for that one. All right, then. The one thing I'll say on Fable is that I hope that if they do release Fable, that it comes out in like October, November at the latest, so that it can actually be in contention for the Game Awards, so there's no excuses. Or if it's not going to be, bump that motherfucker out until like February, March, or the release of whatever new console or things coming for the Xbox. That's me, because I think Fable is going to be absolutely awesome, and I think that they need to put it in the best position it can to get the most traction and the biggest audience that it can get. So that's just me. Yeah. Demo, did you have any thoughts about the show, the direct that we just saw?
Well, man, the direct, I think it was great. And the one thing that really was made it like, amazing for me was a shadow drop. Like, what a beautiful gift. Ninja Gaiden Black 2. And I loved it. Because I played that game but a long time ago, back in the 360. So having a new version of the game that's been polished, that's been remastered, and straight up into Game Pass, it was amazing, man. So yeah, 10 out of 10 show for me. Every game shown in there had life, right? We could say that it wasn't no generic stuff. Each of the games, Expedition looks incredible, even though it's like turn-based combat. A lot of people are willing to try it out because the graphics look amazing, the abilities look fun. Then South of Midnight, Doom, the rest. Freaking fire, man. I had a really good time watching that show. And I can't wait to see what the hell is going on tomorrow in ID at Xbox. And shout out, I see you down there, Simone, Ray. Shout out to Abdel, all of you guys. I see you down there. Shout out to Chap, man. Job rock.
Exactly. Well, guys, I guess the mag is headed out, and I guess we went through most of our topics tonight. But I do want to add, Forte, I do want to ask you something. So I know, I mean, you may not know all the perks or exact amounts or whatever like that, but is GameStop doing any kind of special promotions with the trading in of an original Switch, or maybe a Switch OLED or anything like that? Is there any a good time to trade in now?
I would wait because they just did it. They did trade bonuses like 3 weeks ago. So they always usually, when a new console came out, because they did it for the PlayStation 5 Pro. When that got announced, they did like an extra $50 in trade-in credit for your older system. So I would basically wait. But what I always normally do is I post it on Twitter or X and stuff and let people know. And I'll DM you and let you know when the best time to do it. Because right now it is a good price. I think it's like with membership, it's like $212 to trade an OLED or something in right now. But I seen it go higher, so I would definitely hold on until at least we get to the middle of next month before I did it.
Very cool. Well, I will definitely trust your judgment on that. So with that said, everybody, thank you all so much for being here. Anonymous Boss, Abdel, Do You Know Me? Let's see, Crispy Bomb, so many other great members of the community. It is so great to have you guys here. Just so you know, if you stick around in the chat, as soon as we're done with the show tonight, it will automatically spit you on over or take you over to Pixelated Echoes. That is with the 3-bit and Fuzzy Belvedere, which will be live for sure. Forte podcasting all day, and we greatly appreciate you being here today. I didn't realize you were on the Iron Lords as well earlier. When I saw you on there, I thought, oh shit, he's going to be exhausted. But dude, thank you so much for being here, man. It was
definitely. I appreciate it. Like I said, when you asked me last week, I was like, oh man, I definitely want to do it. But then my wife was like, hey, we're going to see Captain America, and I was like, oh yeah.
Family and plans always overruled. Don't worry about that.
Because you never clear things with your significant other until it's too late.
Exactly. That can get you in a lot of trouble for sure. And of course, as Dirk Riggedy would say,
if you like this video, please hit the like button.
I love it. So yeah, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to us, please hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 4K, getting pretty close. We're about 600 away from 4K, so any bit would help. I greatly appreciate you guys doing that. And we do content every week, lots of great stuff coming up, and there's going to be lots of events and shows and everything like that we're going to cover. So you definitely want to hear already working on the show for next week and who's going to be on, and we're going to try and get Epic on again pretty soon, and maybe she'll do a little ASMR for us. Just kidding. I love you, Epic. I know she's going to watch this later. She's amazing, for sure. All right, so Forte, tell everybody where they can find you, where they can reach out to you, and when your shows are on.
Yeah, Gaming Forte, YouTube, Twitter, Xbox Live, PlayStation, all of those good places. DPS Podcast every Thursday, 9 p.m. with the homie Slowbo Backslap. It's a great time. We are, I believe, 8 subs. I'm looking at 8 subs away from 500 on there.
Nice.
We moved DPS over. We were doing individual. We were doing it on our own channels, but earlier this year or late last year, we moved it to just its own channel. So check it out, DPS podcast. Just put that in on YouTube and it will come up. And then, like I said, for myself, Gaming Forte been coming out with a lot of content lately over the course of this month. So check that stuff out if you like. And other than that, you guys have a great week. Enjoy the games you're playing.
That is fantastic, dude. Let me. You want 1 second? I want to check the link that I got in here to make sure that I have the right one. Because I'm going to update it if it's not the one to your. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't. Can you send me the new link? So I make sure that I got that in there so we can.
For
so we can get
DPS?
you guys. Yeah, and you got admin power, so you can go ahead and drop it in the chat as well. Go ahead and do that, so
I'll do it right.
we'll get you over the mark for sure. Because I know I'm subscribed to your and to Slow-Mo's YouTube channel, but I want to make sure I'm on this as well. So I want to make sure I get it there for everybody to enjoy, because it's important to me that we get the community, everybody knowing where to go, and of course, as Shaun would say, exactly. But yeah.
No, I'm with him. And here is, and there it is. Control V. There it is.
See, I don't see it.
It should pop up.
Yeah, admin powers, right? You're in blue, right?
Yeah, I dropped it.
Okay.
At least it says I dropped it.
Let's see here. Maybe my jet's a little slow. Maybe let's see. Dun, dun, dun. The last thing I see is music. I don't see yours yet, man. Is it not there? That's weird. Okay. Do it in the private chat real quick, and I'll make sure.
Yeah, I'll do it real quick.
And I'll copy and paste that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, Day Rizzy, thank you so much for the comment there. Let's see.
I'm dropping it in the private chat now.
Fantastic. And I'll read you here.
There it is.
There we go. All right. Oh yeah. Ooh, I like that color, man. That looks good. That looks good. Good. All right. Copy. And I'm gonna put it in the chat for everybody. Make sure you guys go over and subscribe. I'm gonna hit the subscribe button myself right now. There you go.
Appreciate it.
No worries. It's just like 7 away. So guys, everybody, click on that link, go over and subscribe to this man's channel. There we go. It's up there a couple times now. So and I'll add that to the to the description, and it'll also be in the audio version if you're listening to this later. Let me read this real quick here, demo, and then we'll get your outro. Day Rizzy, a member for 8 months. So we're just going to end the show without a. Oh, yeah, of course. There you go. Much respect to Shaun 786. TTS, baby. TTS. Excuse me for coughing. Oh, goodness. Demo, please tell everybody where they can find you, where they can reach out to you, and what shows you're on.
Well, man, y'all already know the deal. Demoflow Gaming. I'm on Twitter talking that shit like WEBDAVE said. Spanky Ponies and why not? And you can catch me with C Money and Doodle and Hargeet. Shout out to him and rest in peace to his dad. And my condolences to him. Such a great member of the community. With him and the rest of the crew, Friday nights at 11:15. That's what we start. We go late night for 4 or 5 hours. Who cares? C Money don't do nothing for the living. He's just out here podcasting 24/7. So he had no life. So there, and look, you can catch me every Friday at 11 a.m. in the morning Eastern time, Demoflow Gaming Show with the Power Bus and the Archangel Nexus. I'm also streaming games strictly on the weekends, game time on Saturdays and Sunday. You can catch me. I just got done with Avowed. So next one is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's already on my cart, ready to go, and I can't wait to dive into that one. For the time being, I'm playing FIFA, Apex, getting my third body dose of games that I play on the regular that I miss because I've been playing, so much about. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And here, whatever the hell Wet Dave want to have me, you know what I'm saying? So you
I'll
guys,
reach out to you again, buddy. Don't you worry about it.
Shout out to chat, man. Y'all being great down there. I see you down there. Shout out to the whole panel, to Forte. Thank you, homie. And shout out to MAGG too. Such energy, right? MAGG is always like,
Oh, he got the energy.
Yeah, he's great. I love the way he talk. I love listening to him and call and all of you guys too, man. Shout out everybody. And I can wait to be back here, hopefully in a couple of weeks, a month, whatever.
We'll get you back on soon. I promise, buddy. I promise. You do a great job, and I appreciate you. But yeah, put the link in again. He's only 2 away from 500. So please, everybody, please, click on the link in the description or link in the chat, and I will add it to the description of this video. And so if you're listening later, please click on the description for Forte, and then let's get him over 500 for DPS, the damage per second podcast. I love it. Let's see. I'm checking again. And one away, one more. He needs one more to 500. Come on now.
I just subscribed, so let's
go. Fantastic. We got one more. There's got to be somebody out there that hasn't subscribed. Now, this is his newest channel. So if you already subscribed to Forte, you need to subscribe to this channel as well. So please head on over there. It includes you too, Boss Mod, Lethal Papa. Come on, I know you can help me out. Adele, Spartan. I know you guys. Click on it. Like it up. He's a good member of the community. So close, one away. All right, we'll get there soon.
We'll get there.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I guarantee you here in a minute you're going to be over the 500 mark. So, but guys, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much. It's automatically going to take you over to Pixelated Echoes. I'm going to send you there. In fact, I'm going to put that in the chat real quick. And then if you go over to Pixelated Echoes, or if you follow over, make sure you put in the chat that they've been rated by the Gamers Council. Yeah. So that's what. Here's what I'm going to put when I go over there here in a minute. I'm going to put. There we go. I'll put. You've been rated by the Gamers Council. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let them know. Let them know we're on their way. One more time. One more check. Boom shakalaka. 502 subscribers. All right.
Nice. Thank you guys.
Jude, you're welcome. Said Forte, great member of the community. Thank you so much for being on today. You've been pulling heavy duty today, man. All across ILP and then here on my show. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciated. Big shout out to Hargeet. Much love sent his way and prayers for his family, and much condolences from the show and everybody here. We love you very much, Hargeet, and we look forward to having you back on when you're ready, buddy. So anyway, thanks everybody for being here and joining us here on the Gamers Council.
Yes, sir.